Hello, welcome to Coulter's Good Earth Farm, where we specialize in locally grown sustainable produce. I'm Chris Coulter. Now, if you're ready for this long winter to be over, it finally is. And all the dreams and plans you've made all winter long through those seed catalogs are soon going to be a reality in your garden. Now, here at the Good Earth Farm, our season starts in February when we seed our cold season crops like cabbage, kale, cauliflower, and broccoli. First and second week of March sees tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants seeded. But if you're really ready to get outside and get your hands dirty, then peas are the traditional first crop. In central Kentucky, peas can be seeded as early as mid-February, but many times if the weather is rainy and the ground is still cold, the 1st of March is a better time to plant. Now, peas aren't a difficult crop to grow at all. One reason why is because they're a legume. They fix their own nitrogen, so they don't need a lot of fertilizer. They do this by forming an association with the bacteria in their roots and drawing in nitrogen from the atmosphere. Now, they'll do that naturally in good garden soils, but to ensure that that takes place, we use a product that's called Endure. It's actually the bacteria itself, and we use it to inoculate the seed. Here we have the garden seed, some standard green peas. Put them in a coffee can or some other closed container. We dump them in. Put our rhizobium bacteria. Just takes a little bit. Maybe a couple drops of non-chlorinated water. Make it moist. Cap it. Shake it up to thoroughly coat the seeds. Let it dry, and you're ready to plant. Now, this is cheap fertilizer because this little bag here may cost about $6. It's good enough to inoculate 50 pounds of seed. Keep it cool and dry, it lasts all year. Here we have some peas already in the ground. This variety is Mammoth Melting Sugar. It's a tall snow pea. Now, like pole beans, pole peas have to have a trellis to climb on. Now, you can use all kinds of material for trellis, but these I particularly like. These are about 20-foot cattle panels that are available from any farm supply store. A couple poles in the ground, place it over your row, tie it up, and your trellis is finished. At the end of the season, it comes down and you can stack it up. Now, these are galvanized. They'll last for years. They're a little bit more expensive, but I think the ease of installation and storage is worth it. Another vegetable that can be planted in March are onions. Now, onions can be started from seed, sets, or plants. Now, seeds aren't a very good option unless you're really good on your weed control, but sets are really easy. Here's some onion sets here. You can get them in white or yellow. They're planted in 1st of March, and you can pull them at any stage. At a green onion stage, if you like those for your salad, or you can wait till they get a little bit bigger. But if you want a really big onion, a nice slicing onion, you need to start with plants. And here we have some plants started. We use black plastic mulch to take care of the weeds. It's a lot easier. We can use irrigation underneath the plastic. Now, some people ask if you can grow Vidalia onions in Kentucky. Well, no, not legally, because to be called a Vidalia onion, it has to be grown in a certain region in the South. But yes, you can grow nice, sweet slicing onions in Kentucky. One of my favorite varieties is Superstar. It's an intermediate day onion that's large, white, and if you close your eyes, you might even think you're biting into a Vidalia. Finally, let's talk about one of my favorite crops, the humble yet versatile potato. As you can see here, we have the potatoes laid out in the greenhouse in a process we call chitting. Now, this brings the potatoes in a warm, moist environment and allows them to sort of pre-sprout before you put them in the cold soil outside. Now, I guess it's my Irish ancestry coming out, but potatoes have been one of my favorite crops to grow for a long time. And there's also as many pieces of advice about how to grow potatoes as there are varieties of potatoes out there. Now, potato pieces cut into several sections, but many people will say you need 2 eyes or 3 eyes per piece, or the eye needs to be facing up to see the way out of the soil. All those are fun, But the truth of the matter is, a potato is pretty versatile. If you cut a piece that's fairly big, that has at least one growing point on it, it's going to make its way out of the soil and start to grow. Now, there are lots of varieties of potatoes that you can grow. One of the favorites is Kennebec. Now, this is a variety that does well in Kentucky. It stores well. It's fairly blight resistant. But there are other varieties you could try as well. One of my favorites are fingerling potatoes. Now, you can see where they get their name because of their shape, shaped a lot like fingers. But their taste is outstanding, and if you can find them, they're definitely worth the premium price they command. Now, if you can't get these locally, there's several good sources you can try gourmet potatoes from. Roniger's Seed Company, Irish Eyes Seed Company, and Seed Savers all offer mail order seed potatoes. So no matter what piece of advice you choose to plant your potatoes by, try something different this year, and maybe you'll find something that you really like. As far as plants, around the middle of March, look for hardy transplants in your local nursery or garden center. Now, here are cabbage plants. They look good, but make sure when you buy plants that you try to buy some early and late maturing varieties. That way you can have your cabbage or broccoli over an extended season. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for joining us as you helped us get a few of our first crops in the ground. If you have any questions about your garden, please email us at goodearthfarm@yahoo.com. I'm Chris Coulter for the Coulter Plough. Good gardening, and God bless.